Hi, this is Roger Allen of the Blues and Soul Show, and I'm here with Davina from Davina and The Vagabonds. How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Yeah, great. You just arrived.
I did. Right
from the south coast of England last night.
Yeah.
How was the gig? Good?
Oh, it was great, yeah. It was just beautiful because, we were in London and Shoreditch the night before, and then we drove, to Worthing, and it was... we were right there on the ocean. I had no idea, it was just two completely different in a matter of 6 hours.
Yeah.
It was just amazing, and the show was great. The people were really receptive, and it was pretty hip,
Yeah, the UK is very versatile on its scenery.
It really is, yeah. And I was pleasantly surprised, to say the least. So.
Yeah. Now, you just come off the back of a fantastic performance on the Jules Holland Later show.
I don't know about fantastic, but it was. Well, thank you. It was definitely a chance in a lifetime. I was really thrilled and humbled that they allowed me to be there and to play. It was such a really surreal experience. I've never done anything like it. I've never done any, and it was just really hip. So.
That's cool. So it's a bit of a prestige show. A lot of people do play it. First from America, they come over and they play it. But I thought another band on there was good. Was that band from Africa? Wasn't it a Mali trio? Yeah,
I can't remember their name, but they were smiling. They were really good.
They were good, yeah.
Everybody was really. It was really neat, because regardless of your taste, what you want in music, it was all there. But it was just everybody was so pleasant, and everybody was just really happy to be there, and it was a great vibe. Nobody was pretentious, when Blur was there and they, pulled me over and were like, "You did great, you did great." Are they really? Are they?
Yeah, the next county down.
They were just so sweet, and everybody was just really, really cool. And I had lost my voice the night before, so I struggled a little bit. If you watch it, you can definitely see I'm pulling everything from my toes into my throat.
You're giving it the husky voice.
That was not, and I have a husky voice, but that was definitely, it was a tough go for me, but, I have a wonderful band, and, I don't know what I would do without them, and they just did a great job, and, we pulled it off,
you picked a great song to do as well.
Well, I did.
One of my favourites.
I didn't pick it. They did.
They did.
So I'm glad. They later did.
Did they? Oh.
Yeah.
I thought it was a great
So they did.
That song. It's one of my favourites from the Sunshine album.
It's just a really feel-good song, and that's the last song I wrote for that album.
Yeah.
And my album previous, and it wasn't on purpose that it was like kind of a mantra because I was going through a heck of a time.
Yeah.
And so I just kept on. I wrote that chorus, and I just kept on singing that chorus, over and over again in my head. And then I finally finished. It was the last song that I finished. And the album previous to Sunshine is called Black Cloud. I don't know if you knew that.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did.
It's kind of funny.
Quickly this morning.
Oh, good for you. Quick research. Yeah. But it was just funny. It ended up that way, and it was a really cool thing. So
yeah. Listening to Sunshine, very historically based. Ran the jazz swing feel some of the tracks as well. Is that deliberate?
Oh yeah.
Style? Is that where you feel comfortable?
I think my roots are kind of everywhere. I definitely have an innate swing. I love things that swing in general.
Yeah.
And I love that feel on that dotted note, and and just how it makes everybody's body move. But we are such a diverse band. We bring over 100 years worth of Americana music.
Exactly. Yeah.
We really do. From the early 1900s, to now, present day pop even. So, but we make it our own, and I write so much, and it's just who I am, which is really a blessing,
Yeah, well, listening to the album, I did notice that some of the songs are really diverse in what you could do with them. I saw you probably experimented with them as well. You can modernise them, you can make them straight blues, or you could try and make it sort of Motown with the horns and that, make it something like that. So is that something you're conscious of when you're writing?
I think sometimes, I definitely try to challenge myself as a writer, because I don't... Well, just because I want to, I definitely want to be well-rounded as a musician.
You don't want to be straight line, sort of pigeonholed.
No,
into that
and
area.
I'm kind of crazy, emotionally at times. So I really.
But drinking Red Bull's going to help
I know,
you.
right?
It's really
I'm trying to get sponsorship. I drink like 4 of them a night. So anyway, but I feel like that's just who I am. I really want to be a well-rounded musician, and I really want to bring to the table how my day is when I'm writing it. And sometimes I have a crappy day, and sometimes I have a beautiful day, just like everybody else.
Does that where you take your inspiration then for your lyrics? And
I do. I think from other people, sometimes it's really hard for me to write about myself.
I don't. In the third person, do you?
Sometimes, yes. Sometimes it is about me, but a lot of times it's really hard to kind of sort through your feelings, and to be able to put words to it. It's just too much at a time. So a lot of times I'll pretend, I guess, if that's the way you want to say it, and I pretend I'm someone else, maybe even going through what I'm going through, and it just makes it a little easier for me. So
you're still promoting Sunshine?
I am.
But also I hear you've got a live album coming out very soon.
Yeah.
Is that sort of later this year?
It's actually going to be in a few months. It's called Nicolette and 10th. It's a corner jazz club in Minneapolis called the Dakota Jazz Club, and it's one of the leading premier jazz clubs in the nation. And they're family. We've been playing there for years. So we did 2 nights, and we sorted through those 2 nights and picked the best songs and out of those 2 nights. And I just have to mix it and slap it on some CD and some and master it. And it's going to be vinyl. We have vinyl Sunshine too. Not with me. I'm afraid it'll melt.
Well, it is vinyl day today in the UK. Go to your local store.
Oh, really? Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, I love Vinyl Day. That record store days, we have one too. Maybe it is in the U.S. I'm not sure either. But anyway, yeah. So it's going to be on vinyl as well, which is really just, to me, I'm tickled pink.
Old school, yeah.
I just love it.
Big chunk of plastic.
Yeah, well, I still have 78s. I mean, I have a Victrola, and I love it.
I was inherited from my father, but that's
well, me too. Some of the records, I have 2 Victrolas. He actually had an Edison, and my mom still has it. But she's, when I die, you're gonna get the pink china and that Edison, and I'm like, thanks, Mom.
I just nicked my mother's Rolling Stones and Beatles originals when I moved out. I'm having them.
Yeah, that's what I did too. Yeah, my mom was a folk singer, so she listened to a lot of Melanie and like Simon and Garfunkel, Joan Baez, and I grew up with a lot of folk, and so.
So they're a big influence on you, your parents musically, were they?
Oh my gosh, yeah. Oh yeah. I mean,
This is in your blood now, is it?
I think so. She definitely. My mom definitely pushed me to be ambitious. And to try everything and to be my own individual. She's always been, really, really okay with me just being creative and being who I am, and being as comfortable as I can in the process,
Right.
So
that's
yeah.
Cool. Going back to Sunshine,
sure.
Can you do the listeners a favour and pick sort of 3 songs from the album that you think sum up, say, to the new listener, Davina and The Vagabonds at this time?
Sure. I think I think Sunshine definitely.
Oh, great track.
And I think Red Shoes is pretty hip. I really dig that. Has that New Orleans kind of vibe. Yeah. And then I'm gonna have to pick Fats Waller. I know it's a cover, but I think that kind of shows you.
Drink Muddy Water.
No, that's like you like that blues tune? I like it too.
I first heard it not first heard it. I mean, I first heard it done live properly on the Blues Cruise in October out of Los Angeles. I was over there, and Bernard Allison done it with Wee Willie Walker.
Oh, I love Bernard Allison. If you ever see him, you tell him I said hi.
I saw him in Prague a couple of weeks ago.
Oh, did you? Yeah. If you run into him, I spent some time in Norway. Yeah. There's a festival there, and we became good friends there. Yeah. Oh, so.
Yeah. Is there a story behind sort of Sunshine, what the song was written?
I mean, definitely, yeah. I mean, it was definitely just a rough time, and it was a relationship gone bad, and, I mean, I know it sounds so atypical, but, it definitely was a heartbreaker for me. My life completely changed, I don't know if anybody out there has ever got a divorce, but it sucks, and it was a huge... It was just a head wrecker. So, I mean, I really needed that strength and that song to kind of get through it, and also to kind of say to him. Yeah, that's right. Do you know what I mean?
Did you find it cathartic, sort of doing that song?
I did.
That's it. The weight's gone, and that's it.
Yeah, definitely. I mean,
I know it never leaves your head.
Yeah. It definitely does. Maybe every time I sing it, a little bit by bit happens. So.
Finally got my feet back on the ground. Clouds have cleared and gone away. Nothing's ever gonna bring me down. And my smile is funny, it'll stay.
Sunshine from this deep end. Sunshine from this deep never gonna cry no more, no more. My knees are never ever gonna touch the floor. But I think it's time to reevaluate your claim, changing everything about me except my name. I was made just fine, and so are you. Go find yourself something else to do. 'Cause sunshine from this deep end. Sunshine from this deep never gonna cry no more, no more. My knees are never ever gonna touch the floor. It just wasn't right, you know.
Yeah, that's cool. What about Red Shoes?
Red Shoes is really, I read a book called like Women Who Run with Wolves, and I kind of wrote it based upon that and the independence of being a strong woman and kind of just going after what you want.
I've got my red shoes made in men, and everyone wants to be my friend, but this girl is staying home tonight. I've got my black dress fitting fine, and all I got on my hands is time, but this girl is staying home tonight. I've been watching all my P's and Q's, dotting all my I's for you. I know you come far and few. So baby, won't you stay home with me tonight? The radio is playing all our songs, and the sun.
The Fats Waller is called "You Must Be Losing Your Mind," and the reason that I picked that one is just because I love all Throw It to the Wolves. I wrote that one too, and I really like them. Anyway, but the Fats Waller, it kind of shows you, the real. Just dynamic presence that the Vagabonds and I have, and Fats Waller is one of my favorite piano players and my favorite writers. The Ain't Misbehaving is like one of my favorite songs.
I think him and Pat Stonow.
Oh, totally,
just amazing.
Totally.
Amazing.
And I love both of them.
Yes,
They're both
strong left hand.
Yeah,
playing.
yeah.
Always good for that.
Yeah, so he always does songs with a smile, and I definitely turned that song into something a little surly. So it's kind of neat, but anyway, yeah.
You must be losing your mind. You must be losing your mind. You took my money, it was a sin. Then you drank up my rye and my gin. Now you won't even let me in. You must be losing your mind. Your mind, you're as stubborn as a mule, treating me so mighty cruel.
Let's go. Well, I know it's nearly showtime.
Yeah.
And you've got to get ready.
Yeah. I kind of am already, but but thank you so much.
Another crate of Red Bull for the gig.
Yeah, right. Thank you so much, and thanks to Blues and Soul Show. I just really appreciate your help in every way to help get our name out there to people.
Cool. Anytime, and we're looking forward to the live album as well. So
yay!
That'd be great when that comes out. I look forward to playing that as well.
No problem.
Fantastic, very much.
Awesome.
Thank you very much.
No problem.